Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm going to be talking about the most recent episodes of Amphibia. Now, I didn't make a video yesterday because we got some new news on Infinity Train. Well, actually a new trailer, not really news, just a new trailer. So if you are interested in Infinity Train, you can watch my trailer analysis that I uploaded yesterday. So that's why there was no video on Amphibia yesterday. But here is the video for, well, the episode that came out yesterday, as well as the episode that came out today. So yeah, let's get into this. Okay, I want to say before we get into this, Amphibia so far, it's had a little bit of plot, but for the most part it's all just been, fun filler type of stuff, which is honestly what I expected. Now, that doesn't mean that all the episodes are going to be just fun filler episodes. I'm sure there is going to be some plot. I just think this show is going to lean more towards the fun filler stuff versus having a lot of plot. Star vs. was very plot dense, but I feel like this one's going to be less plot, more filler, but it will still have a little bit of plot in it. So we will have to see a bunch of filler type of episodes. So if you're looking for an exact replacement for Star, this isn't going to be like, oh, the new Star versus. This is going to be something that's similar, but has more filler than Star did. And who knows, I don't know if we have confirmed a second season for this show, but the creator of the show talks about it like there is a second season, so who knows, maybe this will be like Star's first season where there wasn't much plot at all, and then like next season it's gonna really amp up. Like, that'd be really cool if next season we saw a whole bunch more plot. So this might just be the start, which is a good start. Again, we're only 3 episodes in, and the first couple of episodes for any show should be establishing the main characters and kind of what their relationship is, and just developing that relationship. And that is exactly what these episodes do. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which was the second part of the episode yesterday, or the second episode, that episode was strictly focusing on Sprig and Anne's relationship, and Stakeout mainly focused on Anne and Hop Pop's relationship. So this just proves that they're just setting the stones in place, and eventually we will start to see, hopefully, more plot stuff. Now, this is, again, the very beginning, so we can't say, and from the synopsises, again, the synopsises are supposed to be very brief, so who knows, there could be some plot tied in, but most of the synopsises really just felt, filler type of episodes. So, again, we'll just have to see how this show formats, like, if there is going to be a lot of plot stuff, even in just seemingly filler episodes, or what's going on there. So, that's kind of what's going on with this show, I think. So let's go ahead and talk about Cane Crazy. So basically, in Cane Crazy, Anne breaks Hop Pop's favorite cane, and they try to replace it, and spoiler alert, in the end they don't actually replace it, because the woodworking guy, he actually takes their replacement stick in return for them kind of damaging the house. And it's nice to see that. In all honesty, most shows, just the main characters just kind of get away with everything. Like, oh, we destroyed the entire town, but we still got what we wanted, so it's all good, and they have no repercussions, nothing like that. But it is good to see that there is a repercussion. Like, they didn't have that stick as a replacement because the guy wanted it as a payment for them destroying their cabin. And we saw the same thing in Hopluck, and pretty much forced all the characters to go try to get some tomatoes, and in return they lost all of their ingredients, and they had to end up using an old recipe, and they got thrown in the shame box or cage for the night. So again, repercussions, which is a change of pace, because we honestly haven't seen, like, if you see a lot of shows that's going to be like, oh, the characters actually get away with it and things like that, but that's not really a thing in this show. This show is a nice little unique gem, and I like that. And kind of as an opposite to that, we see Anne's backpack. And Anne's backpack pretty much just has anything you can imagine. It's a very big plot device as far as just everything kind of revolves around it. Because if she didn't have that backpack with infinite things in it, there wouldn't really be anything for them to do. Because a lot of what we see in the show is revolving around what Anne has in her backpack, or at least what we've seen so far. There's that racket, and that eventually evolved to the future in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And then in Stakeout, there was that monster juice or whatever it was called, like the Mountain Dew or whatever. and her phone can somehow work without cell service, so I don't know how that works either. Again, it's all just, cartoon logic, but that's a pretty big opposite to them trying to keep it realistic, which I guess kind of helps balance out the fact that, hey, they have this magical backpack that has anything they could want, but in return they have bad luck. So that's just kind of how it works. Bad luck in relationship to cartoon logic, but helping out a lot in the fact of they have everything cartoon logic. So it's kind of like a balance system here. I think that Anne's backpack is a little bit too overpowered at this point in time, so we'll just have to see how that goes. That's my opinion on Anne's backpack. Now, a lot of people have noticed this red-looking moon in a lot of the shots in the show, as well as in the poster for the show, and like, a lot of people who came here from Star are like, whoa, it's a blood moon, what? That's kind of cool. And so everybody's like, whoa, is Star connected to this? I don't know if it is. It totally could be. But there is a couple hints in here that's like, hey, you know what? Maybe Star and Amphibia is in the same universe. So not only we have the blood moon thing, and just the sky looks very similar to the star sky. Not that that really matters, but there's the blood moon. I don't know if it's actually a blood moon in this show. It could just be a normal moon in this show. But also, if we go to Stakeout, we can see Hop Pop and Anne start using some magic spells, and it really gave me that Star vibe. It really reminded me of Star Versus. Now, whether or not this has any tie to Star Versus, it was still good to see, like, hey, you know what? Maybe the show writers purposely did this because, hey, it's a fun little nod to a good show. So, I just wanted to point that out here because I think a lot of people have noticed that, and I just wanted to say, like, it could be foreshadowing that they are still in the same universe, but so far there hasn't really been any in Amphibia other than the blood moon and maybe this possible hint of Anne using magic that's similar to Star's. I don't know. We'll have to see if, like, there's something that Anne pulls out of her backpack that has something to do with, like, Star or Gravity Falls or something that kind of ties it into this cartoon little universe that we have going here. Now, going back a little bit back to Hopluck, we can see that there's this new character that was introduced. Now, we can tell from the credits that this character is named Maddie. Now, Maddie is this odd character that seems like kind of doom and gloom, and she has this sort of voodoo doll of Sprig, so obviously she has something to do with Sprig, and in this episode, in return for some dough, Anne just kind of gives this baker Sprig's life pretty much by saying that he can marry Maddie. So we don't, like, normally people would think, oh, that's just cartoon logic, they're just gonna throw it away. But there's a thing that makes me believe that that's not actually true as far as the synopsis that we actually learned about, like, today. Now, I'm not going to be talking about all of the synopsises in this video because there are a couple that we still don't have, but as soon as we actually get, like, those final synopsises, I will probably make an update video talking about all the synopsises for the rest of this season. So the episode I'm going to be talking about is on July 15th, and it's called Cursed. And this synopsis says, after Anne helps Sprig break up with Maddie, strange things start happening to them. So again, this just proves that Amphibia isn't just going to be like your everyday show that kind of just throws things out the window. Like, yeah, this happened in an episode, but it didn't actually happen overall. It's not like canon, I'm just kind of throwing that word out there. But basically, things that happen earlier on in episodes are going to be playing a role in these future episodes. Now, they're probably going to be played in a way to where it doesn't matter too much that if you didn't watch it before, you're still going to be able to follow it like you would any other show, but it just adds to, like, that. It just adds to the depth of the show if you did see the previous episodes, and so it probably will involve Sprig actually, like, being forced into this relationship, but then he's, tries to break out of it in that future episode. So again, I just wanted to point out that this show is actually doing things that, have continuity. It is going to continue throughout the rest of the show, I hope, because honestly, that's what makes a show good. I don't exactly care for the shows that just kind of throw everything out the window. Like, yeah, everything, it's like you're pressing a reset button after each episode, and I don't know, I just don't like that. Miraculous is an exception though, so don't start, like, typing in the comments, oh, you like Miraculous, blah blah. So Amphibia, I think, is going to be good on that front. And again, we've only seen 3 episodes, one more episode coming tomorrow, but so far this show has some great potential. I don't think that the plot's going to be too big, like I said earlier in season 1, but hopefully that'll pick up in season 2 if there is a season 2, or maybe they're just going to incorporate it very subtly in each episode, and that's good too. But so far, Amphibia is a great show. It's very enjoyable to watch, and the characters are all fun and relatable, so that's awesome. Now, I think that that's going to be it for this episode. I don't know if I said earlier that, like, I was going to be talking about each individual episode, like, going through it. Again, these episodes didn't tie in too much to the plot, and the things that I wanted to talk about, I think I did cover, so that's kind of why I skipped around a little bit, and things weren't perfect, but yeah, I talked about the things I wanted to, and that's good, I think. So yeah, if you enjoyed, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. I will be making more videos on Amphibia in the future, so if you like it, you can go ahead and subscribe because I will be making more content. But that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
You know my underwater sight is better than yours.